Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I wanted to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to improve very quickly here in chapter 2. So I wanted to be covering a few specific things in this video that I think can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to improving here in chapter 2, because there is a few things that I've kind of noticed throughout the few weeks that we've been in this season that will make a big difference when it comes to winning more games, winning more gunfights, and just overall improving at this game. So the gameplay I have in the background, I ended up playing a game. It was one of the cash, it was the first game in the Cash Cup, and I was playing a little bit of this. And actually, one of the first times I had a pretty clutch ending. So make sure you guys do stay to the end. I had a really clutch ending. For those of you guys who did see it on stream, pretty crazy. I don't know how I ended up pulling it off, but a very good game, nothing less. So I wanted to be talking about in this video how to specifically improve here in chapter 2, just the different things to look out for, the different things to keep in mind that can really make a game changer for you guys when it comes to winning games and just playing a lot better here in Fortnite. So the couple of things that I noticed here for the season that are a little bit different from other seasons when it comes to improving, because with other seasons you definitely had a lot more to work with. I definitely felt that like the season's a lot more simpler, a lot of gun skill, a lot of building, a lot of editing. I think building and editing are a crucial thing you guys need to work on if you want to be very dominant and very good in this game. But that's not the thing that I wanted to be covering in this video. But like I said, building and editing are probably one of the top 2 things you guys need to have down very well if you want to be very successful in this season, winning a lot of games, winning a lot of gunfights, and just playing a lot better. Because even like right here, the zone is a little bit further out, so I need to make sure I'm very good at building, waterfalling, placing builds in the right locations so I don't get shot down. And even if I do, I'm able to recover a great deal from there. So it's not just about being able to build very fast, but it's also being able to build fast and also at the same time build in the right locations. So making sure my builds are where they need to be so I don't get shot out. Or if I do get shot out, I'm not going to take a lot of fall damage, or I'm able to catch myself, whatever the case may be. Maybe have better positioning. And so those are the things that are really important when it comes to the building aspect. But what I really wanted to be covering and touching on in this video that I think can help you guys out a lot and improve in this game. And this is something that has to do more with game sense and positioning. I think that's probably one of the #1 things here in this season, because you don't have launch pads, you don't have bounce pads. So if you are at a bad position going into the fight, you are going to struggle a lot, and you're going to have to burn through a lot more mats and also burn through HP, because as you guys know with turbo building, if it comes to the same structure, there's a little bit of a delay. So all the time, if someone's constantly spraying at your wall, they can easily get shots through it. Super annoying to deal with, and it happens over and over again. So if you are going for a high ground retake using cones and someone's trying to spam at you, if you try to keep placing cones from time to time, they might even just slip in a headshot, which is the worst, especially when you're trying to rush against another player having like 50 shield. They hit you with a headshot, and now you're down to like 80 HP, or maybe if it's an SMG, you're down to like 100. So you lose so much HP trying to rush the other player. Plus, on top of that, you lose a lot of materials, and this all could have been prevented if you would have just had good positioning going into the fight. So that's a really good tip I can give you guys when it comes to improving. And just one of the things that I just noticed personally in chapter 2 is I feel like a lot of my games that I'm losing or having more difficulties with, the gunfights I'm having more difficulties with, have everything to do with just having bad positioning going into that fight, and could have been prevented if I would have held a better position. So instead of going around the hill, I would have went on top of the hill and challenged from there. So different things like that. It's a lot more complicated than that, but you guys get the general idea. You want to have the best positioning possible going into the fight, and this is going to be even more crucial for those you guys who play a lot of duos and squads, because if your teammate happens to die, or maybe you're a little bit in front of your team, you have to make sure you have good positioning. Otherwise, getting shot from 3, 4, I was about to say 5, but you can't have 5 people. Or I mean, you could if you got third party, but you have a bunch of other people who are trying to shoot at you at the exact same time. So when it comes to situations like that, if you had very good positioning, maybe you have all the players in front of you coming from one angle, maybe you already got high ground, it can really be a game changer. Now I know here in chapter 2 a lot of people carry around 10 grenades and like 50 RPGs, and that's just something you have to deal with. There's not really too much I can help you out there when you are getting spam grenaded. You kind of just have to get out of there or you're going to get killed by a grenade. Super annoying to deal with, but it happens all the time. And on top of that, when it comes to the RPGs, it's just something that you have to deal with in this game when someone's spamming grenades, spamming RPGs. There's not really that much you can do, but something you just have to be prepared for in case it does happen. And of course snipers, but snipers, there's not really too much you can do. I've had games on stream where I've had really good positioning, high ground. I laser the guy down to like 30 HP, and then what happens is when the guy's on 30 HP, he hits me with like some crazy quick scope or just hits me in the head. Super unfortunate in situations like that. I mean, if I end up getting sniped, then oh well, it happens. You know, some people are going to hit that lucky shot. Not much I can do, but that's just how it is. And one thing you just have to make sure, and you have to just understand, you're not going to be able to win every single gunfight in this game. Even the best players will lose gunfights from time to time, even against people who really genuinely aren't that good at the game. It happens all the time. The RNG in this game is crazy, and it happens. But you have to at least put yourself in the best possible position to win every gunfight. So if that makes sense, so you're not going to be able to win every single gunfight, but if you at least put yourself in the best possible position for as many gunfights as you can, it's only going to increase your chances of winning gunfights and also increase your chances of winning as many games as possible in this season. And I think that's really the takeaway from this video, and the best thing that you can do is try to put yourself in the best position possible. So making sure you have high ground going into the fight, or maybe if you are on low ground like here in this arena game, then I'm making sure I'm towards the edge of the map, so I'm not going to get sprayed from every single player in this game, because I'm still not able to get high ground. My mat count really isn't too crazy. I still have pretty good mats, but it just didn't make sense to go for high ground right away. It just made more sense for me to stay towards the edge of the map, stay on low ground, and then just fight it all the way through, and that's exactly what I did and what allowed me to win in this game. And also another thing that can be very, very helpful and something you guys definitely have to start doing if you want to be able to be very consistent here in this season, and that's just going to be being very, very aware of where everything is. So if you know there might be a team coming from your left side, just being very aware, because I feel like a lot of times in this season I've been caught off guard. You don't know how many times I've gotten sniped at from so many different directions. So I think snipers, just because how easily available, you can have them in green, blue, purple, gold. I mean, you literally, everyone in this game and their mom has a sniper. I swear to you, everybody has a sniper rifle in this game. Everyone's looking to get sniper shots at you. So when it comes to things like that, and just positioning wise, situational wise, you have to be very prepared, because really at any time you can get hit by 10 grenades, you can get hit with a sniper shot, you can get hit with an RPG and have your builds knocked down. So there's so many different things that you really do have to pay attention to and really be focused and having a good understanding of when those things could happen. Because the worst thing that could ever happen in chapter 2 is getting caught off guard, because there's no launch pads. You don't have any campfires that you can place yourself. You do have fish. Those are very good for getting off heals, and also can be very good for carrying it, just because if you are able to find some fish, then you are going to be able to get off a lot of heals very quickly. So those can be very useful to carry from game to game. But if you are in an instance, which most of the time you're not able to carry those, unless you fish every single game and you play a little bit slow, it's going to be very difficult to be able to consistently have fish throughout the entirety of the game. So you have to be very prepared for anything to happen, and just have kind of a backup plan if you are able to, or if you are getting shot for a crazy amount of damage, because those things are going to happen pretty much every single game. Just on the current meta of grenades, RPGs, and snipers, those things happen quite a bit. So try to be prepared, have very good positioning, and that's the best that you could probably do. And I would say that's probably the number one thing to improve on here in this season. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.